place and add to them some of the reflections that I have found make really good sense for keeping the heart free and the spirit growing in its soaring condition of bringing us peace. I refer you to the books, and I will also say to you this. If you don't pay attention to these things, you'll eventually dirty up your plate again. And then you will summon from your past a lot of your fears and confusions. So it's very important to read them, to learn them, to use them, to look for them in the situations that come up in your daily lives. Now, once we have taken our fourth and fifth gate, our spirits are somewhat free. And some people say, well, what about my religion? Am I supposed to go back to that or find one? The answer is this. The higher our spiritual condition, the better candidates we are for faith, whether it's religious faith, faith in the justice of the world, or simply faith in the program, that it simply directs us to living as wisely and as healthfully as we can. No one lives all that perfectly, and we should be somewhat self-accepting and forgiving. I'll never forget, I think I was about a year in recovery trying really hard to work the AA 12-step program. And I was going to a meeting. I think it was my afternoon meeting. And I went past the place with something on my mind, and I had to come back around, and I came in late. What was on my mind is that I was in a store where I absentmindedly walked out the door without paying for something. Oh, this was troubling me so badly. When I finally got to the meeting and I raised my hand to share, I said, I've been plagued now with what to do. I walked out of a store without paying for something. Well, by the time I finished talking about the me and the problem of me dealing with me and what I did and so forth, the rest of the group said, you know what? You're trying to hold yourself to a standard of perfection. We don't seek perfection. Improvement is plenty. We just work toward improvement, toward greater understanding, for walking that line in life, which is a righteous, kind, loving line that helps us feel good about who we are. Because isn't that really the product of the fifth gate? We feel better about who we are. So also we must live a life that keeps us feeling really good about who we are. And for that, we need guideposts. And those guideposts are very practical. They're the reality rules and the spiritual principles that we need to remind ourselves about as we go through our day. In fact, if you simply put them on a sheet of paper, they're not that many, a little over 20, I think. We can check at the end of the day to see if we're handling stuff. Sort of like the AA 10th step, to constantly visually monitor ourselves. It's very, very similar idea. The important thing is that we learn from our mistakes and very much congratulate ourselves for our successes. And one other thing we must know, if we're unable to deliver to ourselves a life of pleasure, our trust, our faith that this way of life really works will be short-lived. Because nobody wants a system that doesn't help them be happy. It's not enough to be successful in business or to be the life of the party or the most popular guy in town. We need to be happy. And to be happy, we have to feel good about ourselves.